Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I am Gary Godsoe, and welcome to Velocity Online Racing's coverage of Round 11, Championship Friday of Season 5 of the VOR Iconic Series, coming to you from Chicagoland Speedway for the Chicagoland 190. We do have a small field today, so we are already qualified and lined up. Joining me in the booth is not Glindy. He is actually on assignment, and he is elsewhere at the moment. And joining me in the booth is a former winner here in the Iconic Series, and at least for one more race, he is your defending champion of the VOR IndyCar Series. It is Jesper Orman. Jesper, thank you very much for being here. Welcome to the broadcast. 125 laps, 190 miles here at Chicagoland, a track that you like very well.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to do what you guys do. This is really interesting. Thanks for the introduction. I mean, yeah. Chicagoland, usually great track. This car, you know, fits some of the tracks this car is really good at. So we'll see if we can get some good racing here, and it's gonna be exciting because we have a championship battle on our hands. So that's something to really look forward to.
Let's get into today's starting lineup, and then we will look at the championship points. For the final race of the season, we're going to decide a championship only decided by a couple of points right now. Here is your starting grid. Strauss and Sinclair on the front roll. Strauss with a speed of 2:16.4, getting the pole. Sinclair, another fast start for him. He's at 2:16.3. Hesje and O'Sullivan on row 2, and the red O'Sullivan there, one of your chief point characters to this race. We'll be watching him today, and right next to him, in the right behind him, but next to him on the lineup here, is his teammate Julian Altena, the defending series champion. Riding up next to Dan Inch in row 4, Silvazzi and Pim Van Gastel on row 5. Sorry, missed row 4. That was row 3. Row 4 is Sanchez and Christensen. Then Silvazzi and Van Gastel on row 5. And that's it. That is it. A meager field here today.
Well, it's going to be all about the championship battle. So let's keep our eyes out for the leader going into this final round, Liam O'Sullivan. Julian Altena chasing him. He's 11 or 12 points behind, so Julian needs to win.
And a late jump by everybody, but we are underway, and Strauss is going to lead him into 1. Oh! Hesje almost making contact with Liam O'Sullivan in turn 2, ending the day early. That would have changed things up.
Yeah, going aggressive early. Liam is not sitting around. He's going to take the lead, try and take the lead, and head out into the distance.
Well, this is very typical, and something that you pointed out in the pre-race is Liam basically has 22 points alone this season with bonus points, and that is more than enough to make up the difference in the championship, because Julian only has about, you said about 10 bonus points this season?
Yeah, I think it's 12.
12?
So it's literally down to 1 or 2 points difference, and it all comes from bonus points. So makes you really understand that you got to take qualifying seriously. You got to take laps led seriously, because yeah, those small points they add up.
And this is the MO for Liam. He likes to get out and lead a lot of laps, and that's kind of where the margin has come from in the bonus points, is where he gets the extra bonus points for leading the most laps. He has done it a couple times this season, so he likes to get out there and lead, whereas Julian He has been, for a couple of races, coming on strong late in the race to get the win, not leading as many laps as Liam, and therefore not getting those extra bonus points for leading the most laps. Savazzi purple that time by 2:15.7.
It's always interesting in these early stages of the races to understand trying to understand whatever driver's trying to do. So obviously, Julian is waiting back a little bit here. He's going to probably save some fuel because I think you need to save a little bit of fuel to make it a one-stopper. So,
Ooh.
I thought we had yellow. No?
No. Close, though.
Interesting, because I saw the lights on the back of Julian's car turn on.
Oh. We'll ride with Daniel Hesche, and we'll give you that point of view. In chat, Belva says, "Here, I am out here for Sanchez." Oh, Rick is in 10th. Guaranteed top 10 finish for everybody today. That's a good way to start your weekend, I guess.
It's good.
Riding with Daniel Hesche. Got one of his first breakthrough wins this season at Iowa. In an earlier round. Led the points for a little bit. Here are the points, by the way. Liam O'Sullivan 12 over Julian. Matty Sinclair in 3rd. Daniel in 4th. There actually is a battle for 3rd in the points, so depending on how Matty and Daniel finish here, there will be a change in position. Same thing with Silvazzi. He's tied with Daniel. Edson Santos not in the lineup. Strauss leading right now. He's in 7th. Jesper in the box with me. He's not getting any more. Maybe Pim passes you in 9th, and John Christensen in 10th. There is your entire top 20 right there.
I like what Daniel's doing here. He's obviously he wants that P3 in the championship. He's sitting back. He knows that he's probably good on fuel. It's about keeping the gap, to the guys in front. He has a little larger gap than the others, so if something is going to happen in the front, he's going to give him that one fraction of a second more time to react to wherever he needs to go. If he needs to go low, high to avoid getting wrecked. So I like this approach from him. You don't always need to sit behind too close, because you put yourself in trouble if you do.
And with the field this small, the chances of going caution-free the entire way is actually pretty high. The problem is now these guys are going to have to probably look at, and you talked about this and what you thought the pit windows are going to be, is we might only be looking at one stop, depending on how well everyone saves. So it's going to be pretty critical here, this one stop, to get on and off pit road without a penalty. And here's Julian now moving up to 3rd. He must have heard us, where he says he comes on late in the race. Well, today he's kind of throwing that MO out the window, and he is now fighting for the lead. Oh, Strauss grabs a little bit of the apron.
Good save, though. It's always...
So there you go, Belva. Sanchez got the fastest lap that time, 2:16 flat. And since we only have the top 10 in the timing and scoring tree, we will show the driver inputs to kind of fill that space there. Patrick Silvazzi up 6 spots. Pretty typical MO for him. Drive to the front as fast as he can. And he is now up there joining Liam, and now Julian to the lead.
Strauss hit the wall there almost on entry. If I remember correctly, the tire model is quite different on this car. And it's much harder to actually catch a spin. So if you're spinning, you are in trouble. It's way easier to save the IR18.
And some people would be asking, why don't they put the same the IndyCar, since this is technically the same car as the IR18? Why don't they have them on the same tire model? Well, this is a legacy car. They've kind of stopped putting development into. They've done a little bit of tweaks here and there. I believe they've updated the damage model here and there, but that's kind of about it with this car. I would like to see them come back and at least extend the draft envelope on these cars a little bit bigger to match what the IR18 is, and maybe bring that tire model up to the current spec, but yeah, it's doubtful that we'll ever see them do that. It is, though, a fun car to drive, despite the fact that it is in a fixed setup race. You do not have access to the tools like a fixed setup race you do in the IR18. As mentioned, IndyCar did run here at Chicagoland. In fact, 4 of the top 10 closest IndyCar finishes have been here at Chicagoland, including 3 of the top 4 have been right here on this racetrack. The career wins leaders here in Real IndyCar Racing, Sam Hornish, Dan Weld, and Dario Franchitti each have 2. And the track record that still stands to this day, currently held by Richie Hearn, our friend from the ISRA and ERL. He has a speed of 223.159 miles per hour. He is still the track record holder to this day. This might be the last race of the season, but certainly you do still have time. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so don't miss out on the last race of tomorrow in the IndyCar Championship, as I think O'Sullivan might have got into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. And the car is pushy, so we won't see this pack race that we might have, or might have expected. These guys are out here racing hard.
Track temperature's not up there either. You thought conditions maybe were making things a little bit more challenging, but track temp 81, ambient 77.
So I think I'm seeing a little bit of fuel saving, at least from Patrick. You can see him kind of getting these runs on Liam, but not taking it. It suggests to me that he wants to go as long as possible.
Let's watch from his point of view. The camera over his head, down the back straight. Yep, you're right. You can hear it. A little bit of a crack in the throttle.
Something I always do if I'm in the car or now in the booth, trying to understand who is saving the most. The way you do that is you can see the closer you can stay to the guy in front of you, the more fuel you can save as in general. My money is on Patrick right now.
Patrick in third, Strauss in fourth. Rick Sanchez now up in the top 5. He has moved up from the tail end of the pack. Julian, your leader, 26 of 125, so now less than 100 laps to go. Let's get that weather conditions off. You guys got a good look at that. I want to thank the sponsor. What's that?
It's a bit of a waiting game now. No one is making any moves at the moment.
Yep.
Happens.
Yeah, they're just trying to get to that first stop, see where they stand, and make it to the end. Want to thank our sponsors of the series that have played a role in bringing this to you over the last couple of years. IFS Personal Financial Planning. Want to thank them. Has been the chief sponsor for the last couple of years to bring this to you. So, again, this is the last race for the foreseeable future, and that's we put foreseeable future in quotes, as this will probably be the last race that we see until, at the very least, a winter in the United States, at least again. Right now we're getting this summer, and it's tougher to find people on Fridays to want to go iRacing rather than, you know, wanting to go out and spend a nice weekend, start of the weekend with family at dinner or something. So we won't be seeing another restart of the Iconic Series, at least for a while. But it's not going away. It's just being put on hiatus. It's been a very successful 5 seasons.
Even though I haven't been able to race for the last couple of weeks, I really enjoy these types of leagues, you know, when they give you an opportunity to try out some of the older cars that you show some love. And this one is, if you find the right track, this car is great.
Yeah, this car is for free. If you, with your base subscription of iRacing, you do get this car for free. So everybody, if you are a member of iRacing, you do have this car in your garage. You can use it anytime you want. In terms of leagues, this is one of the few leagues that run this car. The Iconic Series. The mainstay is the Dark Horse DW12 Series. They're going to be over on P1. They will start their 8th season. They are the current longest running DW12 Series on the service. They will start this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on P1 Broadcasting. You want to check them out, the P1 channel on YouTube. And if you like that car, like this car, want to participate in that series, check them out, the Dark Horse Racing Series. Which also
starting to see some gaps now.
Yeah. Yep, I was getting ready to say, yeah, starting to see some group of 4 really is kind of, actually group of 5. I think Sanchez is tacked on to the lead back there. There's a little bit of gap between him and Matty in 6th.
Suggests to me that tires are overheating a little bit, the right front, especially out of 2, which seems to be the most critical part of the track. Trickiest one, at least. The thing you want to do, if you know that there's a problem in a specific corner or corner exit, you want to back up the entry a little bit to make sure that you don't have to lift through the corner, because that's when the tire is overheating.
Now, you would think of these cars there isn't much lifting, but there is being a little bit out there. You heard it kind of riding with Salvazzi when we rode with him momentarily. 37 of 125. Halfway through the first run. You think we're going to get into the 60s thereabouts for first pit stop, and maybe only pit stop.
Cleaner, I think you can get to 62. And considering Julian was behind the leader for a couple of laps there in the beginning, he can probably make it to 63.
Julian out to a 0.3 of a second lead over O'Sullivan. You see on the tree right there the 2 red numbers next to their names. That means they are the 2 chief combatants in the points championship.
Dan Ench is pitting.
Scheduled stop. Very early scheduled stop for Dan. Wonder if he maybe hit the wall or...
You know, it might be me. I might be wrong. They might be able to only go, 40. So it could be something wrong with my tools here. We'll see.
It is 85% fuel. I don't know if you took that into account. And that is the rule set the drivers have. 85% fuel, which is 85% of capacity in these tanks. And there goes Liam to the front. Julian now sliding back, losing a little bit of momentum. Salvazzi going ahead.
Now.
Oh, we're pitting now. So here we go.
So it's
a
two-stopper.
Two-stopper, yep.
Oh.
Oh!
Liam! No!
Oh, Julian slips around.
Did you see that?
That was...
What?
Wow. Now he definitely wants to get those tires off. Julian all but avoided that.
That's brilliant. That's iconic.
Let's go ahead and watch this from Julian's point of view. Whoa. And he still gets inside the cone. That's nice. He's down and away. And
The question is now, is Liam going to be out of the draft, or is he going to still be able to make it back up to the back of Julian? Let's see here.
He's got Dan Inch in the neighborhood.
That's good news for Liam. He might be able to get back into the fight.
Fortunately, he is dead last right now, though.
Cannot afford to make these mistakes at the last race of the season when you're battling for the championship, that's for sure.
And here come the rest of the leaders on pit road. We got Salvazzi, Sinclair, and Heshy all making their way to their stalls for their first stop. And Salvazzi down on the way. Sinclair down on the way. Heshy down on the way. And here comes Strauss with a full head of steam. And Strauss is actually going to pick up... I shouldn't say pick up the lead, because I think Salvazzi managed to get on and off. Nope, just the momentum is going to bring Strauss on around. Strauss is going to pick up the lead. Mainly because really Julian didn't have the in lap that he wanted, because he really kind of had to check up and adjust his line because Liam was spinning out in front of him.
That's true.
But the good news is for Julian, he's in third spot. Liam's in 10th. And if you look at the points once more, there's only 12 points there. That is enough, I believe, to vault Julian to the lead.
It looks like Liam has caught up to the back end of the field, and the back end of the field does have the draft of the cars in front, which is crucial for Liam. However, he cannot save fuel, so let's see what he does here.
He's in the company of a lot of drivers, and he hasn't driven around for much of the season. So he needs to find his line and thread this through very carefully.
And we got to remember also the distance, the toe is not that big, as you said before, as the IR18. I think the toe is something like 1 second.
Yeah, it's like right inside of a second. You're right.
So the question is, does this pack have the tow from the guys in front? With Daniel Recchi being the leader in the second pack.
All right, just need to get my supplemental overlay off the screen here.
Liam is going aggressive.
He is. And Inch kind of gives him a wide berth there. And now he has Hesje and Sanchez battling out in front of him. So how much is he going to push the issue here? He still has a lot of time, only 51 of 125 around Hesje. So now moves Sullivan up to 7th. Back up front, Strauss and Savazzi, teammates working together, trying to pull away from Julian. In the neighborhood, but not close enough to help Julian, is Christensen in 4th.
I can see the leaders leapfrog. So Liam telling Daniel that Liam needs to save fuel.
Whoa. Got a little close there between Sanchez and O'Sullivan. If you enjoy Velocity Online Racing's coverage of the VOR Iconic Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you'll miss out on future iRacing broadcasts here on the VOR channel. And the next one in line is the IndyCar Championship finale tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern at Fontana for the California 500. A wrap up season 13. This is the Chicagoland 190, the finale for season 5 of the Iconic Series. Liam now out ahead of this group. Problem is, now you're right. The fuel save for him is gone now if he's going to be leading this group.
The question is, has he calculated where he needs to be? So if you win, you get 50 points. P2 gets 40 points. So anything less than P3, if Julian wins, is not going to be enough, I think.
Yeah, I agree. The internal calculator is saying it's not going to quite add up or be very, very close.
If I was Julian here, I would go at full speed, either hoping for yellow or hoping for a great pit stop and that he can pick up some toes and get back to the front and save like a madman on that last stint.
They've just still getting into their second stints here. We expect them to come to pit road for their final stop of the race and season around lap 90 or so. So we are about 30 laps away from that, just over 30 laps away. Right now, Julian just kind of hanging out in third within the draft envelope of both of those cars, so he is conserving fuel. They're trying the swap draft here to pull away from him, but Julian just hanging tough.
Interestingly, P4 and P5, Christensen, Sinclair, they're also leapfrogging, swapping to try and make it back to the front.
That's 1.3 to that lead 3 that are up ahead of them. They're trying to work it so that they can run them down. Now they're 1.2, so they did a little bit that time. We are at the halfway point now. 62.5 laps. Back up front it is Salvazzi, Strauss, who started on the pole, Julian in third. One of our chief combatants in the championship battle here. Christensen and Sinclair trying to run this group down. They got it into 1.1 seconds, but they kind of fell back a little bit then.
Liam's doing a mega job here. He is not losing time to the leaders, even though they're swapping. The tricky part with this car is that, or at least in this series, there's, oh, into the wall, Rick Sanchez. I think he's okay. I was gonna say that there's no weight checker or there's no fuel map saving as well. That makes it a little bit trickier.
Yep, off the corner exit there, Rick in the wall. But I think he's all right. You're right.
This car is pretty forgiving if you hit the wall. It's sometimes it's a tank as well, which is good.
You can see there on the wing that we call the ad blocker, which is just forward of the side pod there, is a little scuffed up. So that normally indicates that the contact he made with the wall is going to register on the car. So this car might have some damage, but it looks like it might have actually kind of repaired itself a little bit too. Those scratches have kind of gone away.
We'll see. Maybe he'll get a new front wing when we hit the second and final pit stop cycle.
We're not too far away from that.
Is now actually gaining on Sinclair. He's only 1.2 seconds behind now. So he's starting to smell that dirty air. Question is, what does he do now? Is he gonna
Sanchez
go around the guys?
Oof, close.
Yeah.
I think he'll want to go around him. I think he wants to get as many positions as possible. And yeah, you're right. He is, you've seen the gap close. He's now 7/10 up to Christensen. Those are the gaps you see on the tree. So now 6/10 to Christensen. And now, you're right, not only sniffing the dirty air that you get in the corners, but you are sniffing the draft that you're going to get down the straights to pull yourself even closer. So pretty soon we're going to have a two-car battle at the front of O'Sullivan, which is Sinclair and Christensen.
Julian is feeling the threat now.
Yep, Julian has gone to the lead. Yep, we have not been watching that battle.
Interestingly here, Liam is not able to close the gap as fast as one would have thought, maybe.
Watch the best that Julian did on the lead here is Strauss and Salvazzi. Kind of tight quarters here, and then Julian gets a 2-for-1 going into 3. And that's how Julian got the lead. as he slides up and almost, but eventually does clear Salvazzi. So Julian is your leader. Right now, I believe math says that he will be the points champion at the end of this race, I believe. We'll see how everything shakes out. We still got bonus points out there, too. But I think Julian has led more laps. He's led 30 laps, and Liam has led only 12. .74 of 125. Looking at about another 10 laps or so before Julian will make his next stop. He pitted on, he did 42 on lap 42 last time. So he's at lap 33 on this stint right now.
Yeah, the problem for Liam is that he pitted on lap 41. He's going to find some extra fuel somewhere.
Clindy wants to know who saves fuel the best in this car, Jesper.
In this race or in the car in general?
In the car, well, a little from column A, a little from column B.
I don't know. I think Silvazzi is looking pretty good. Now he's been in the lead, obviously. So, well, for now, I would say it's Julian. As for this car, I have no idea. Maybe Clandy himself. I've put my money on Clandy. But this is going to be great. The pit cycle is going to start here soon, and all cars are now in the vicinity of each other.
Yep.
So it's going to be about not making a mistake. And can you imagine the nerves for some of these guys?
Well, and especially, yeah, and especially Liam, it's got to be in the back of his head that he muffed the entry into for his first stop. He needs to be able to correct that and make this last stop the best one possible. And that does play with.
About
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And my experience, Liam is a very good learner. He learns from his mistakes, so he's going to be fine, I think.
Do you go as hard to pit road as you did before, or do you maybe back it up a little bit and be a little bit more conservative? Oh, wow!
He's got probably. That was a good move. Who was that? That was Rick.
That was Rick Sanchez on the high side. He got a big run and pulled that thing out and pulled it off. And he is now up to 6. Liam now back to 7th.
Suggests to me that Rick is going to pit here very soon. No, I would back it down a little bit since he's now caught the tail end here, so he can afford to take it a little bit easier. Some of the back runners are calling pitting in.
Tim Van Gastel on pit road. This should be his final stop, give or take. This should be final stops for everybody.
Like Liam's pitting now.
Oh, and he twitches again, and he almost misses pit road, but he brings it in. Wow.
Love it. I love it. That's a good one. Good save again.
As he finds his spot, but so Vazzi, Altena, Sinclair are going to stay out. Sinclair got around Strauss and moved Sinclair up to third. This guy's been a points leader this season. Looking for...
Julian to pit road.
Oh, and Sinclair, yeah, you're right. Sinclair wanted the shot to the inside, and then he heard it, and he backed out of it. So here comes Julian. Nice and easy to pit road. No speeding. We'll watch the final pit stop here for our defending series champion. Can he defend and come from behind this season? I don't think Julian's ever led the points at any point this season.
That'd be cool if he pulls that off.
And his stop was hidden by the grandstands there a little bit, but he's back underway. Final stop complete. Now he just needs to bring that car up to speed on a very slippery apron.
That's tricky.
Savazzi coming in. Oh, he did a good job at wowing up.
Could be interesting now to see when these strategies converge here. Who is where?
Watching Savazzi.
So the key thing now for Liam is that he needs to save as much fuel as he can so that he has enough fuel when it's time to go so he can start pushing. And we have the battle that we wanted. It's going to be a great finish.
Let's take a look. Daniel Hesche is on pit road. His stop is now complete. He's the last of everybody to stop. Actually, Sinclair came out in front of everybody when he came to pit road. He is now your leader. Savazzi is second. Julian is third. And Liam has now worked his way up to fourth. And you're right, he is in a group of cars that can catch the top three.
This is not what Liam needed now. He needs to pull back to the front, but he also needs to save fuel. This is so tough. He needs Strauss to push like a madman here.
Julian sets the purple lap. 2:16. He's now the leader. Just a reminder of how this season unfolded. Liam O'Sullivan got the win to start the season off at Texas. Jesper here won the next two at Michigan and Milwaukee. Daniel Hesche got his first win at Iowa in round 4. Edson Santos got his lone win of the season at Kentucky. Liam got win number 2 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Julian got his first win of the season at Kansas. Liam answered by getting the win at Phoenix, and then Julian really has come on strong here in the closing rounds of this series, winning rounds 9 and 10 at Auto Club and Homestead to bring himself within a hair of the championship. I think the first three have decided and noticed that Strauss and O'Sullivan are gaining again. They're now starting to work with one another to kind of work on the draft swapping to pull themselves away.
I think they're still just outside the tow window, which is frustrating. I know the feeling. It's like, you know, you're within 1 or 2 tenths, but you just can't make it. It's so frustrating.
Join us tomorrow right here on the Velocity Online Racing YouTube channel for the finale of the IndyCar Championship. Fontana, California 500 to wrap up Season 13. We've already crowned a Season 13 champion. He's clinched. Haven't officially crowned him, I guess. He's clinched. He'll get officially crowned tomorrow. That still makes Jesper the defending series champion for now. But we'll have that race for you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Still a battle for second and other positions in the championship. Don't miss it. It'll be right here, 3 p.m. Eastern. Ring the bell. You'll be notified right when we go live. 95 of 125. Quickly coming to 25 to go here very shortly. We get inside lap 100. Leader is Salvazzi. Still looking for that first oval win. Julian, a win to clinch the championship would be very nice for him. Sinclair would like to top this season off with a win before the iconic cars go on hiatus for a while.
It's not a timed race, is it?
No. And since we've had no cautions, we would probably be well in advance of that time. We're probably looking at a race that finishes in less than an hour, I'm willing to bet. Like maybe a little bit longer version of like a fixed series, oval series race. Hmm. 1.2 back to that second group. O'Sullivan just astern of Strauss, and Christensen's there. So with Christensen there, I don't think Christensen's going to attack. He might protect, but he's not going to attack. As another team car, I'm willing to bet Christensen he holds his ground right here and tries to hold off Hesje, who is in 6th.
I bet you Liam is hoping for Patrick or Maddie to win this one, helping him a little bit. Winner gets 50 points. P2 gets 40 points. And that is 35, 32, 30. So right now we're looking at Liam getting 30 points and Julian getting 40 points. However, I think Julian has led more laps, so he's going to receive a couple of bonus points, which could bring them to almost equal points, actually.
I'm pretty sure the tiebreaker might be most wins, and if Julian wins, that's the tiebreaker. A lot on the line here in the final 25 laps.
Definitely. I think if Julian wins, Liam has to finish P2. But if Julian finishes P2, I think Liam could afford a P5.
And I don't see Matty and I don't see Patrick cutting Julian any breaks. Both these guys want their first win. Patrick has a couple wins at the IndyCar level in the IndyCar Championship, but no wins here in the DW12. The DW12 is predominantly only ovals. And his wins at the IndyCar level are on road courses at Indy GP and at Watkins Glen.
Absolutely, you cannot afford to underestimate these guys. I've raced them many times, and they're always there.
Matty Sinclair to the bottom of the racetrack as he starts to scoot up the ranking a little bit. Causing Julian to also give him a little bit of a wider berth. Matty wants this win. While they're racing side by side, that's going to open the door for Strauss. Hesje's gotten around O'Sullivan. Hesje got around Christensen as well. So O'Sullivan back to 6th. Again, I don't see.
He's
I don't.
with fuel.
Yeah, I think he's got to save on some fuel. I think you're right. I don't think Christensen's going to attack his teammate.
It's tricky for Julian though, because he has so much to lose here. He cannot afford to take any risks, whereas Patrick and Maddie don't have too much to lose. They just want to win a race, you know, go for the glory. It's a fine balance for Julian.
Coming to 18 to go at the line. There we go. Top three. Separated by a half second from fourth place. That is now inside of that half second and gaining on this group. We're going to have a pack of four now very shortly for the lead. There is still time for O'Sullivan to latch on, especially if this group gets really hard racing. Julian slides up, gives a big face full of dirty air to Matty there off of 2. Salvazzi's teammate has joined him. Strauss is Salvazzi's teammate.
He's backing up even more now.
Oh, and Christensen around Liam. I did not expect that. He might have just said, I can't run that pace anymore, just go. And possibly he might have sent Christensen ahead to punch a hole in the air for him to draft, to try to make it to the end. Liam pitted on 83. He went 41 his second stint. He went 41 on his first stint. I think. He definitely went 41 on his second stint.
44.
Yeah.
43 or 44. Yeah. It's a tall order.
15 to go. Is everyone else good to go?
Strauss is looking racy, I think. I wouldn't count him out. Recchi has now joined them.
He'd like another win this season. Oh, almost contact between Strauss and Sinclair. Oh, just both these guys are coming in from Europe here on the service, so you've got to be mindful of netcode. These cars suffer from netcode very badly. 13 to go, now 12 to go at the line. We're going to go 2 wide right behind him into the corner.
Strauss to the lead. These guys are battling now and consequently losing a bit of time, which invites both Christensen and
Liam is almost in the picture here, and there's still time to go here. Still 11 laps, 10 and a half laps right now. Coming to 10 to go, this time by. Whoa, contact! And Salvazzi going to the... No, he's going to spin! And that's going to be a caution! And that might have been...
These cars. That tire model is so tough to say.
That might have been the break that O'Sullivan needed to make it to the end on fuel.
Do you pit here?
Do I pit here? 10 to go.
It's going to be, what, 6 or 5 to go? when we're going green.
If I'm Julian, I stay out. If I'm anybody else that's not involved in the championship and not leading, I think Strauss will stay out. We'll see. I think I come to pit road if I'm on the lead lap still, and I go for a new set of tires, and I send it on this last run. Let's see what happens. No. Heshy, he's going to go to pit road. Everybody else.
Julian and Matthias stayed out. Interesting.
Go back to this incident that we saw earlier.
I think Silvas's car is okay.
Showing Meatball's been removed, so he's been fixed. But we watch right here with Salvazzi. I think we're just a couple laps before that incident.
It's one of these. It's a tough one, you know. Obviously, Silvaz is trying to cover the inside, and Daniel didn't really react in time. It's a tough one.
Yep, he was going to the inside. Daniel had a big run. And then he has junk on his tires and just couldn't get him cleaned off in time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Patrick is still on pit road, so probably a suspension failure or something.
Yeah, he has had a rough season. Going green this time. For the last time this season, here we go. It is Strauss Altena on old tires. Sinclair Christensen. They came to pit road, and they got out before everyone else. Liam O'Sullivan in 5th. Sanchez 6th. Heshy 7th. Pim in 8th. Now Pim up to 7th. Heshy back to 8th. They're fighting it all toward the back. We'll take a look at Liam O'Sullivan. He's got a chance here.
Sending it. Remember, he needs to finish P2 if Julian wins.
Christensen sends it to the inside. Liam's going to follow his teammate on through.
He's boxed in, Liam, a little bit. He needs to find clean air.
Those leaders did not want to see that caution.
Here he comes.
Here comes Liam O'Sullivan. We thought for a while that he might have threw away this championship. And with 5 to go, he's right back in this thing. It is a dead heat. We're going to go 3 wide at the line. 4 to go.
Christensen on the inside. Wow. They are so nervous now.
Oh! Wow! 3 wide for the lead as Strauss had to take evasive maneuvers. So did Christensen. Christensen to the inside. We're going to go 4 wide off the corner. They almost make wheel contact. Christensen going to the apron. He's going to lose adhesion a little bit. He's going to spin it. And now we're down to 4 cars for the lead.
Strauss
All right, well, here comes Rick Sanchez. He's now in the 5th car now.
Liam's in the lead. Julian has to win, remember.
Liam to the lead, and he's starting to pull away a little bit on those newer tires. And we've seen in this championship all season long, especially with the wins that Julian has done down the stretch, how important those new tires are.
Sinclair into the wall. He's fine.
And here we go, 1 lap to go, white flag in the air. Liam O'Sullivan is a lap away from getting the championship in the iconic series to wrap up season 6. And he has himself a 0.6 of a second lead over second place as they are battling it out. Liam O'Sullivan all by himself off of 2 down the backstretch. Needs to go through turn 3 one more time. Spun out coming to pit road for his first stop, but looked not white. It was part of the plan today, but the plan is successful. Liam O'Sullivan is going to win the race, win the championship. Julian Altena will come home second, but third on the racetrack. Rick Sanchez comes home second.
That's impressive. What a finish. And the winning strategy turned out to be
go to pit road. Yeah.
But it's tough to know. It's going to be interesting to see what the guys have to say in the booth. Liam doing some donuts on the grass. Obviously, very pleased.
Here are the results for the final race for the foreseeable future of the VOR Iconic Series. Liam O'Sullivan wins the race and wins the championship. Rick Sanchez gets his best finish of the season in the final race. He comes home second. Julian, I'm going to say that's a disappointing third for him, but we'll see when we talk to him. Hesse in fourth, Sinclair fifth, Pim Van Gastel sixth, John Christensen seventh, Strauss eighth, Danich ninth, and Patrick, despite really being up front for a lot of this race, a little bit of contact there brings him home 10th.
He had the tires. He was not gonna change his mind. He was gonna stay on the inside and just trust that he had the grip, which he had in the end as well. Very impressive.
Just a moment here. All right. And we have the replays all queued up here. And we will go right to the interview room. We will actually, this order will work out well. We will talk to Julian, get his thoughts on third of the championship. Dr. Rick, I'm sure he's going to be very excited about his P2. And, of course, we'll talk last to the winner and champion, Liam O'Sullivan. They let him get all of his shout-outs in. He's been wanting this championship. So let's go ahead, take a peek here into the waiting room. And we will bring up Julian. And here he is. Julian, not the race and finish you wanted today. It was looking like your day at times, part of this race, but that late caution kind of threw a monkey wrench into it. So close yet so far. A great job to come back after digging yourself kind of out of a hole that you put yourself in for the championship, but coming up a little bit short here at Chicagoland in the race and in the championship.
Yeah, I was kind of put in that hole rather than
Yep.
making it myself. But yeah, it's good to have a team championship, whichever way it's won. So not disappointed by any means. It was a nice send off to the series, despite the awful car count. It has to be it has to
Hmm.
be admitted. It was a really good race. So I didn't really notice the low car count, to be honest with you. So yeah, it was a good race overall. I thought it had plenty of strategy and passing in there if you did it strategically, which was good. I know Jesper excels as that kind of stuff as well. We should have had you in the race, but yeah, it was fun. Battle at the end there was also pretty good. I was kind of expecting a few more people to stay out because with the distance we had left, it's usually always a bit 50-50 on whichever tire strategy is fastest. I think all of them were pretty even at the end of it. So Liam just with the last two laps had more tire than we did, of course. So um, yeah, he did the dirty work on the restarts. Not literally dirty, but he did what he needed to do, and that's how we got it. If there was maybe one or even two more people that stayed out, then I think it would have been a different picture. But that's always ifs. Um, it has to be said as well. I did say last week that Liam always bottles championships, and he almost threw one away today as well. So just want to bring that up.
Hmm.
I had a bit of a heart attack though when he came into the pits locking the race. I already saw it coming, but I was still a bit surprised at how close it was because if he didn't hold the brakes, I would have definitely hit him. So yeah, that was a minor heart attack, but we survived.
Was there any question on what you were going to do for the for that last caution? Was there any maybe I think about coming in, maybe not? Was there any question what you were going to do, or you pretty much knew you were just going to stay out?
The majority of my thought was to stay out, but I was following Matthias in, so if he stayed out, I would have stayed out, and that's what I did. If he also pitted, I would have also pitted because then I knew once he pits, the entire field is going to pit, basically. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward for me, but uh, Matthias also had a bit of a play in it.
All right, fair enough. Well, P3, we do have the points. You did get them updated. We appreciate it. 25 points is the margin of victory that Liam had over you. So a successful season, nevertheless, made it really close and tight at the end. Did a good job at defending your title here in the Iconic Series. Going to send it off for a while at the very least. So congrats on everything. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone want to say hi to?
Yeah, you first of all, Gary, for picking this series up when we came back with the broadcast ban being lifted. This series wouldn't be. I mean, 5 seasons might seem short, but it's been run for I think 2 years at this point, so it wouldn't be where it is without you. Um, all the drivers that participated, as I mentioned, the car count was low, but I appreciate all 10 of the people, 9 excluding myself, of course, that came out today to race. Um, Alex Bonney from IFS Personal Financial Planning for making the broadcast possible with the funding as well. Um, Hope Alex is going to have fun at the Nürburgring or the Nordschleife, I should say, to be more specific, here pretty soon. It might even be this weekend that he's going there. So want to thank the team that, at least those who did the races. I know Hugo had some work duties and also Gary. So Carol is off in the States, probably clapping cheeks in USF 2000 Junior. So hopefully he does well there. My girlfriend next to me as always. And yeah, I think I covered everything. Um, yeah, sounds about it.
All right, well, congratulations. Finished second in the championship, 384 to 359. And again, thanks for putting on the league. Hopefully, we will see it in the future at some point with a little bit higher participation. But a good, exciting race, good, exciting finish. A little bit of drama there at the end. And P2 on the defense of your championship. But 3 wins this season, all in all, not too bad. Congrats. And we will catch you at the IndyCar Championship finale tomorrow at Fontana.
Absolutely. And a little side note, 4 of the 5 seasons that we did, I've had different champions. And another fun fact, I am the only double champion. So
That's true.
just want to put that out there.
That is true.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yeah. And that is Julian. So he is taking it a lot better than I thought he would have. I thought he would have probably been upset at that last caution Jesper, but he kind of just says it is what it is. So
It is what it is. I mean, he's the team leader. He brings on a couple of guys, and he gets beaten by the guy he signed. It's it's both good and bad, I guess. I'm pretty sure he's proud of Liam and of his achievements as well, Julian's achievements. So yeah, he took it really well. Credit to the guy.
let's bring up Rick Sanchez into the booth. Here is Rick making his first visit to the booth in the last race of the season. Good timing. Good timing coming to pit road. Got a new fresh set of tires and raced yourself to P2 there at the end for his best finish here in the Iconic Series. Congratulations. Talk about your race. It was kind of a tale of two different races. At one point, you were all the way in the back, and then at the end of this race, you're all the way up at the front.
Yeah, mine is to learn. I'm still learning these cars, so try to run in the back a little bit and then get up front, because the only way you're going to learn is run up front. And I found the outside I could get some passes done on the outside, so I tried that for a little bit, got up front. But come pit times, I'm really bad at these cars as far as slowing down, getting in the pits and getting out.
Especially when the situation, the kind of cards dealt in the situation you're with new tires and that close to the lead, you might as well go for it. What is the one thing that you really learned from driving these DW12s here this season and the last? And I know you've driven them more than just this season here in the Iconic Series, but what's the one thing that is your pickup and takeaway from this that you've learned the most, that's helped you the most in these races?
Well, learning to drive with your foot more. Especially these cars in the draft and the aero push that they get. That really, I wasn't used to that. But yeah, just when and where. I got to figure out when and where to go, and yeah, that's the biggest thing is the aero push around these cars when you get in traffic.
Well, a good way to wrap up the season and at least the foreseeable future with the series. What a way to go out is kind of semi on top on the 7th step, so not too bad. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go celebrate?
Shout out to Mom. She's out there. That's Belva Feltz out there in the chat. And,
we shouted her out.
And shout out to you guys. Appreciate everything y'all do. Shout out to Jules and VOR, everything he does, and allowing me to come in here and play with him. And yeah, everybody else, all the drivers. Sorry if I messed you up during the season. Wasn't intentional. Having fun.
Having fun, and it sounds like learning a lot and put it to good use. Well, congratulations, Rick, on the P2. We will catch you whenever the next one is. Maybe we see you over in Dark Horse if you want to continue riding the DW12s. Maybe we see you in the IndyCar Championship later in the future over here in VOR. But congrats, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thanks, gentlemen. Have a good one.
So again, someone that's using these cars kind of in the right way before kind of going up into the IR18, kind of learning these cars, learning how to drive through dirty air in the DW12s before going up to the higher. I don't want to call it the higher class in the IR18, because if you in the real world, the IR18 is just the Aero Kit attached to the DW12 chassis. So it's the same car in the real world, but really in the sim, they're basically treated as two entirely different cars just because of the way they're coded and everything. So he's learning a lot here. So maybe someday we'll see him on the IndyCar side of things. Is that a good progression of going through? Maybe we consider the DW12 a lower formula than the IR18, Jesper?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the way I started as well, working my way up from basically NASCAR and then through this car and then up to through the Legacy series, official series, and then to the IR18. I must say I'm really impressed by Rick. Definitely the guy to look out for in the future. The way he positioned himself there at the end, it's 4, 5, 6 cars fighting for a position. It's that's one of the toughest things you can do, and to be able to stick to the inside like that. We were a bit worried for him before I think he hit the wall a little bit. We were worried that he might have had some damage on his front wing, but seemed to be okay. So it just tells you that well, he drove it to the absolute limits, but he stayed inside.
Let's bring up Liam O'Sullivan here to the booth. Here he is, Liam O'Sullivan, joining us for the victory interview as well as champions interview. Champion of this season of the Iconic Series. But we'll just talk about the obvious here. At one point, it was looking pretty bleak for you, and that late caution probably was very welcome for you in your run to the front. How welcome was that late caution for you?
Yeah, I mean, I had no business being there. I messed up both my pit-ins, which should have taken me out of it. Fuel, I was 2 laps short before that caution came out, wasn't going to make it. Edson or Jesper wasn't driving the car, so I wasn't going to make it. And yeah, so I was pretty screwed until, as I said, I should have got the championship done in Homestead. Didn't, because I was stupid. And got lucky with it today. I mean, I thought it was going to be a bit deja vu second again, like Arsenal or something, but no, we pulled through and didn't bottle it. So a bit of luck and strategy, but got it in the end. So kind of, sort of on merit, but sort of luck. But I'm happy with the championship. It's just a bit kind of meh feeling at the moment.
And I'll ask the same question I asked Julian there for the final pit stop. Was it a question of what you're going to do? You already knew what you were going to do, or are you just going to do the opposite of what the leaders did? What was your chief decision-making point to decide to come in and go for those new tires?
It was more the fuel for me, because I was 2 laps short on fuel, so I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
I had to come and take, and tires were the nice added bonus. It was more that I needed the fuel because I was just sat in 6th gear absolutely dying, and even if I got to the group I wouldn't have been able to challenge because I would have just run out of fuel anyway. So it was Julian's until that caution came, and I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it.
So what was the deficit on fuel, and how much fuel did you add in that last stop?
Oh, I just added about, I only needed about 3 liters.
Okay.
Which to save is sizable around a track like Chicagoland in that car where you can't fiddle with fuel maps.
Right.
So but overall executed poorly today, which I'm not happy about. Again, it's the rust of me preparing for university exams, but then trying to carry this on at the side, get through the end of this season, but then not being in a sim for about 2 weeks does not help. And it's something I'm not used to jumping in, like I'm sure a lot of guys do, where you just jump in on the Friday, no practice. I've really struggled with that in the last 2 rounds, and I think my pace has taken a slight hit because of it. But overall, good race, good comeback, and look to the same tomorrow and finish that one strongly.
And yeah, not a bad way to start the month of May as well. Well, you are the champ. You earned the opportunity. We'll give you the microphone and all the shout outs you want to make. Anybody you want to say hi to, anything you want to say, go right ahead. The microphone is yours. Take your time.
Mum, Dad, for watching. See that comeback at the end. Hopefully, Granddad, I know you're watching, or grandparents. And obviously the team. I mean, again, in both series, it's been a massive step forward. John, especially in this series, has been amazing. And in the RT, he's taken a massive step forward. Julian is always strong and consistent, and obviously Carroll, who's currently racing at Barber, but he's a young guy to look out for, I'm sure, for the future. He's got a lot of raw speed, but he's slowly reining it in. And yeah, lot to look forward to from team safety. Obviously, everyone who's sponsored the broadcasts, Alzheimer's Association, IFS, Financial Planning, Lovins Incorporated. I think that's everyone. And yeah, look forward to getting exams out the way, Tottenham win a Europa League, and being back for next season.
All right, well, congratulations. A great comeback in the final race it was looking bleak there, and then it's just everything changes in a matter of a couple of laps, and it turns everything around, and including the season. Winner of the race and champion of the series. Congratulations. Go celebrate. We'll catch you at the next one when we go IndyCar racing tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So a very happy champion there, Jesper. It's going to be sad to see the series go on hiatus for a while, but it'll allow Julian a nice needed break and then focus on the IndyCar championship and bring this series back at some point in the future, bigger, better than ever, and give chance to Liam to defend his championship. But all in all, 6 seasons in this car. 6 seasons in this series, and a pretty good parity, different winners, new winners, different champions, not a lot of repeat champions. I think Julian said that he was the only one, so a lot of parity. Everyone got a chance to do well in this car.
Absolutely, and it's what it's all about to see a couple of new guys join the large and great community that we have, and great to hear some new voices sometimes. And I mean, Liam, worthy champion, as he said, he could have won basically the championship at Homestead, but okay, he got a little bit lucky today. But at the same time, I mean, he spun, but he's still there with 10 to go. Okay, he had to pit, but he did probably the maximum he could do there. So it's a great comeback, and well, yeah, he got lucky, but sometimes you just got a bit of luck as well.
Well, you know what they say. Some people say they'd rather be lucky than good any day. You know, maybe he needs to put a little green shamrock on that car of his, or a horseshoe to show how a little bit of luck there. Because it did go his way, but that's what it took, and that's getting the win here and also winning the championship. Let's give everyone back the rest of their Fridays here. Get on out of here. I know it's kind of the evening for Jesper. It's not quite bedtime yet. He's not my age, so we don't go to bed at... What time is it over there, by the way?
It's just past 11, I think. Yeah.
It's past 11. Yeah, it's about my bedtime. I'm sure it's not.
The replay of the F1 sprint qualifying, so we'll see who.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to go check that out. Plus, IndyCar practice is on from Barber. Sounds like a number of the guys that we've covered on one way or another on either this channel or P1 are actually in the lineup for NXT. So that's going to be cool to see. Well, let's get on out of here. Give everyone back their Fridays so they can start the weekend proper. But the weekend's been started right here. Your podium for the Chicagoland 190 from Chicagoland Speedway. Liam O'Sullivan starts his weekend in the best possible way, getting the win and clinching the championship. Rick Sanchez also starts off his weekend on a good foot. He comes home second, his best finish here in the Iconic Series. And Julian Altena, well, Julian did everything he needed to do, and well, at least his team car won, and he sounded pretty good about it in the interview. But you don't know, at some point Julian's going to be racing Liam in the future, and he's like, you know what? I'm not going to be as easy on you as I was in the past. I'm going to race you really hard because that championship should have been mine. And frankly, if it wasn't for that last caution, who knows? It might have been his. Well, join myself, and I'm not sure who's going to be with me tomorrow. I think I don't know if it's going to be Clindy, but someone will be with me tomorrow for Championship Saturday. It's round 10 of Season 12 of the VOR IndyCar Championship. As the teams of drivers head to Fontana and Auto Club Speedway. Coverage begins about 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 3:00 p.m. Eastern. And remember, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com. Just search Velocity Online Racing. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one, so please support VOR with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of today's race, and if you enjoyed today's coverage, support VOR by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of other Velocity Online Racing, iRacing programming. And really the only other thing on the docket is IndyCar Championship tomorrow. We talked about it. Don't miss it. It's all right there on the channel. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business business inquiries. And to learn more about Velocity Online Racing and what they do, visit velocityonlineracing.com. Like them on Facebook or follow them on X. So, for Brian Campbell, who was in the booth with us earlier this season, Clindy, who was in the booth with us for most of the season, Jesper Orman, who was in the booth with us tonight, everyone here at Velocity Online Racing, Julie and all the admins, everybody has made it possible. IFS Personal Financial Planning, who've paid the bills and decided that they would be the sponsor of this thing. Everybody at Velocity Online Racing. I'm Gary Godsoe saying to all, happy Friday. Thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed. God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here tomorrow for Championship Sunday, or Championship Saturday in Auto Club Speedway in Fontana for the next race of the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Championship. We're not going to say goodbye, but we will say until we meet again, we'll see ya.
Until we meet again, it was a pleasure. Thanks.